Alright, guys. Hey, I'm back again. Just uploaded the first part. So, like I was saying, when I was in the military, I ended up getting out with her, or getting out early in the military. I was supposed to go to, I was told I was actually supposed to go to Fort Hood, Texas, and go to sniper school. Um, I shot with a few, precision shooters over there, and apparently word came down that they had heard about it and whatever. I don't care anyway. But I ended up getting out early because I believed in love over, not love over war, but love over, love comes before all else. Family before anything else. Granted, this is before I found out she was still married. Big mistake. Anyway, I came back. And on regards to that, tried for, all the way up till I was 36. So up till last year, up till 36. Tried to get back into the military. Passed every physical. I actually went up for physicals twice, 2 or 3 times. Only reason I wasn't allowed back in is paperwork was missing. So that always kind of bummed me out, knowing that I could get through everything that they required, but because paperwork was missing on their behalf, that I couldn't get back in. Mind you, I got out honorably. So anyway, I decided to move on with my life. I came back and I struggled a lot. A lot of restless nights, a lot of what ifs. This was an 01, and I was actually in CQ. So anybody that was in the military knows what CQ is. I was actually in CQ during 9/11. So, and I was stationed in South Korea. So you can about imagine how crazy that was. Lazy eye. Sorry, I'm doing this at 20 after 4 in the morning. So came back, struggled a lot, went hunting. Actually, when I got back, within a week or two, I think, I actually shot my first deer, which was a 4-point buck at that time, which I was absolutely stoked about, and I ended up shooting a few more deer over the year. But anyway, moving forward. Anyway, I start to think about family and friends, and ended up help my stepdad helped me get a job at the company he was at doing construction, knowing that I work hard. Worked there for a year or so. Liked working for the company. It's just one of those things when you're young and you sleep a lot and you don't want to get out of bed, whether you can't sleep or it's just people that say, if you can't get out, if you can't wake up, there's an issue, or you're just being lazy. It's not like that. A lot of people or businesses I wish would understand is people aren't machines, and you got to understand that. I'm not saying that just blow it off. They don't show up to work. They don't show up to work. They don't show up to work. I wish I owned my own business, because if I did, I can guarantee you I would destroy any and all competition just in employee happiness, and understanding. But anyway, left that job, and I had my first, what I thought was my first true girlfriend. That girlfriend, we were going out for 2 months. So this is only the second woman I've ever been with in my life. This woman, I fell very hard. I think it was just because I really didn't know a lot about relationships. So mind you, the first relationship, now I want you to keep track of this, you'll get to the point here eventually, but first relationship, found out I was lied to and basically used for money. Second woman, now, went out with her for 2 months, was falling hard for her, and was actually looking at rings after 2 months. I know, I'm moving fast, but I was falling hard for her. Caught her literally lying to me and finding out, because I made sure this time that she was single. She was 100% single when I met her. 2 months after, we had a little spat. We had an argument. Nothing physical or anything. We weren't living together. But we had a disagreement. And I told her, I said, you know what? I said, it's Christmas. Tell you what I'm going to do. You do you. I'll do me. We'll catch up after Christmas and everything. I gave it like 3-4 days. And I caught her in a lie over the phone when I called her. And she asked who I was. Who am I talking to, actually? Trust me, I've got a lot of good stories. But, and at that time, I was thrown back. But I'm not stupid. I catch on to things very quickly. That's a pretty easy one to catch, by the way. So I instantly want to find out where this is going to go. And make a long story short, I asked her who she thought it was. She asked if it was one of the guys that she met at the party. Mind you, one of the guys. I don't know how many guys she met. She thought it was a tall guy. I don't know who the tall guy was. And asked her if she wanted to go out. She wanted to see me. And she said, no, I'm engaged. Mind you, I had thought about buying rings, but I never proposed to her. And find out that a guy that was in the military, home on leave from basic training, this is best, who she had known for a couple years or whatever, but didn't stay in contact. He just happened to show up on leave and just asked her, hey, will you marry me? She said yes. So, that's always good. Next thing you know is, 2 relationships down, 2 relationships lied and cheated. Okay, moving on with my life. Got into cooking, a couple different restaurants. Head cook at one, head pit master at another, and, at a barbecue place. And it was kind of a winter thing. Moving forward, I ended up getting the place I was at, I just kind of got into the press, didn't give a shit about anything. Pardon my French. And went to move forward. I was spending money stupidly, as in not paying rent, didn't care about anything. Buy what I wanted to make me happy, when in fact I realized now, hindsight's 2020, wasn't making me happy. Then, moving forward from that, got into playing pool down at a pool hall. A lot of people, met a couple cool people down there at the pool hall. The reason I don't use people's names, I'm not going to bring people into it. I don't want people's names out there. But, met a couple girls there that I really liked. But like I said, I don't know how to act around women. I'm probably the most, if a woman were to first meet me, I could tell you this. If you were to meet me in a bar, I'd never come up to you because it's a self-confidence thing. Always has been. But once I warm up to somebody, I get to know them. You can't shut me up. So, anyway, played a lot of pool, kept doing construction where I could, bouncing here and there, spending money, moved back in with my parents, paid for everything myself, anything and everything all my life I've paid for all myself. Is what it is. Moved forward from there, decided I'm going to, get back on my feet, saved a bunch of money, moved back out on my own, tried to pay what I could, and kept spending money. It's weird because when I was a kid, I could save and save and save. I could not want. I could see a pair of leather gloves that I'd want to use on the farm, but knowing I had plenty of money to buy them, like thousands of dollars to buy them, for a pair of $40 or $30 or $40 leather gloves. You can actually tell a brand, Plainsman leather gloves. But I'd feel like, why would I buy them? Anyway, moving way forward, skipping a bunch of time. Now, I was at a bar and met a woman. Of all things, like I said, I wouldn't go up to a woman. I looked across this bar, or I should say bar table, and I looked at this woman. For some reason, she just caught my eye. Come to find, and a guy that I'd been talking to at the bar, just kind of an acquaintance, I wouldn't call him a friend at all. And he's like, "God, can you see her?" I said, "Yep." And he was looking at the girl, her friend actually, and I was looking at the other one. And he's like, "Go say hi." And I was like, "No." I'm like, I'm not gonna go say hi. I said, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Well, it's not that he's got a set of balls. He knows how to talk to women or whatever, or what to say. Some people just have that. Brought her over. We ended up, make a long story short, we were together quite a while. 2 years actually. And we ended up eventually getting engaged. And we ended up breaking up. Partly my fault, partly her fault. But it is what it is. I don't care. If anybody ever wants that story, feel free to message me. That'll be a great video. So anyway, that broke up. So I've met a few friends over the years. People that would bend over backwards or do anything for me. And I'm not talking about family, friend. I'm talking actual friends. Anyway, moving forward, this is jumping ahead quite a few years after I became a welder. This is back in 03, 04, something like that, and I was a welder for 3 or 4 years, steady. Trained myself, taught myself how to do it, running a MIG. Got pretty good at it, actually. I got very good at it. From what professional welders told me, I was very good at it. Not tooting my own horn, but that's what they say. I'm just repeating what they said. I always say I can always improve. Anyway, left that place. Actually, I got fired. 1, being honest, and 2, doing it to myself. Lack of sleep, because at that time, this is after my fiance at that time, her and I had broke up. I was still welding. I decided to go to school full time, go to college. Was holding down a 3.2 GPA and then picked up a second job. So I had money coming in all over the place, and I was going to college. Took out a bunch of loans, and I started getting in debt. Didn't know what to do. Mind you, when I was with my ex-fiance, we took out some big, we tried to buy a truck together. We tried to buy a car together. We were paying for rent and everything. But this coming, she worked at a Starbucks, and I was a welder. And my credit score was way better than hers at the time. So needless to say, I got approved for everything. Anyway, and she liked having very nice things, and I always believed happy wife, happy life. Hindsight 2020. You don't have to buy your woman everything just to make them happy. Oh, this is part 2, by the way. And I see it's almost 15 minutes. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a part 3 here shortly, and we'll go from there, all right? See you in a little bit.